Hello and welcome to Wisdom Within. I'm your host, Talia. Let's come home to ourselves and inspire others to do the same through real talk and seeing beyond the mundane. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Wisdom Within. I am so excited to be recording my first ever episode of this podcast. I really wanted the first episode to be solo so I could really just take some time to explain my why behind this podcast, set some intentions, and just get the flow going. I was inspired to make this podcast pretty much out of nowhere. I was sleeping one night and in the middle of the night, I just got this message to start it and I started writing about it, creating lists of all the people I'd have on it, and it all just came into fruition so quickly. And I think that's when you know it's something you should be doing. And the thing is that I've been traveling for just over 6 months now, and I have met so many incredible people, not only on my travels but throughout my life. And I think conversation is such a powerful way to inspire people. This is because the people around us are just mirrors. They're mirrors of the wisdom that we already have in us, or they're mirrors to the wisdom that wants to be unlocked. And so my intention for this podcast, one of them is to just inspire through conversation. I'm very new to the podcast world, obviously. I don't even have a mic. But I thought, let me just go for it. The most beautiful gift I could ever give someone is for them to be able to see the oneness of everything. What I mean by that is that there is no separation in our universe. And one way that can be realized is through seeing that my struggles are your struggles. The anger in you is the anger in me. By sharing people's stories, no matter what they label themselves as, spiritual, not spiritual, a salesperson, an entrepreneur, whatever they want to call themselves, there is wisdom in all of us because we are everything. And I really want my podcast to share that message, so I'm not labeling it as a spirituality podcast or anything, because I hope to invite guests on here that have a range of different backgrounds, different knowledge, to show that we all have messages to share, we all have a unique imprint, and we're all here for a reason. We're all here to unlock that wisdom within and share it. There's so much shame around sharing. I've been through so much with this and it's still something I'm working on. And I just wanted to provide a platform for people to share their messages and also for me to unlock my own wisdom through conversation, because that is often how it happens. So my intentions are to spread love, to allow people to see that there is no separation, to spark inspiration among people, because when one person is lit and inspired, that energy is so powerful in spreading among communities. I mean, I've seen it with people I've attended workshops from and been taught by. When you are in that energy of inspiration, when you're inspired about life, when you have healed parts of yourselves and you become this like transparent transmitter of like pure love, it's so powerful, and we all have that power to become that, and most of us are already doing that without even realizing. Just a smile, a small interaction with someone can shift the vibration of their day. I mean, we are so powerful, and I often forget my own power, and podcasts are a way that I come back to remembering, reading inspirational texts, listening to people, attending things where I'm re-inspired, because it's constantly like we're coming back to ourselves over and over and over again in a new way every single time. And when we don't learn from those initial lessons or the repeated lessons that are trying to come through, they keep transpiring. And that just goes to show how we're all here to learn something in this lifetime and many things. And it's just about bringing intention and awareness to what lessons are trying to come through. And if you are struggling in a lesson, go into that one, because that is where the growth is wanting to come through. And this goes for any area of your life. And so I want this podcast to cover all different areas, all different facets of life, because they're all the same. They are all the same. So a bit about my journey. I might save more of this for another episode, because there's so many facets to my life that I could dig into. But essentially, I've always been curious about why we're here, what we're doing, where we're going. I don't want to call it a spiritual journey, because it's just life. Like, it's just going deeper and deeper into what it is to be alive and what we're doing here. And the answers exist outside of us and within us. And the outside of us is this idea of what lies beyond us. And that is what God is. But it's also what's within us, because we are not separate from the world outside of us. Because if we weren't here, then the world wouldn't exist through our eyes. And I'm going to get pretty philosophical on this, because a lot of this is just coming to me. And sometimes these things take time to land. Sometimes they don't make sense. Sometimes, like, you listen to it another day and then you're like, oh, that clicked. It all started with mindfulness and meditation, in terms of like what modality I started quieting my mind to opening up my awareness. And it's just been such a beautiful unraveling since then. And I'm so grateful for my journey. And now I'm stepping into helping other people on theirs. So if you want to find out more about that, check out my Instagram, because I'm going to be posting more on there. But I'm available for healing, different types of healing sessions of all the things I've learned. And I'm just here to open people's hearts up for them to realize their own heart and their own power. Because so much of the time, we're always looking outside of ourselves for the answers. And a good healer, facilitator, teacher, mentor, guide, whatever you want to call it, is just going to bring you back to yourself. And that's what I'm here to do, in a loving, safe, judgment-free way, because a lot of us have never been held in that type of space before. And it's so powerful. And it's my greatest honor and gift to be doing that, being committed to doing that. So I would love to help anyone who's hearing this, who feels called and wants to create shifts in their life and have someone hold a vision for them of all that they can become. Another thing I offer are my intuitive drawings, where I channel messages through drawings. This also kind of came to me out of nowhere. I'll probably talk more about this at another point, but it goes quite well with my healing, because sometimes you don't even know what your blocks are or what is wanting to come through. And these drawings really get to the deeper level of reality. And you also get a cool piece of art. So if you want to know more about that too, that is so available to you. I love doing it. And yeah, again, it's such a gift. So whoever is here right now, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. It means so much to me. And I've got so many exciting guests lined up. So stay tuned, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your day.